Hey there, geeks. This is the officially unofficial Geek channel here on YouTube. My name is Carrie Quinn, and here we are going to be giving you spoiler-free reviews of last week's comics. Yay! Awesome. I love it. Okay, so like I said, this was last week's comics. I'm going to give you a spoiler-free review of these. And then we will be all excited because comics rule. Alrighty, so again, making your computer screens awkward for as long as the advent of the internet, here I go. So we had a lot of comics last week. So that's why I'm just going to do a quick little spoiler-free review of each of them, and so we can all move on with our lives. And so if you like this, if you like what I have to say, if you like comics in general, if you like geeky things in general, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification button so you can find out whenever I post anything new. And we're all happy. So, okay, so here we go. This is the first issue that I'm going to talk about. It is Wonder Woman 771. Yeah, so okay, we're continuing the Wonder Woman saga of the last issue, where she's stuck in Valhalla, or she's stuck in a Viking afterlife, and basically she's been given this, well, it's like she doesn't remember who she is. She doesn't remember anything except for the fact that she's Diana and she's a warrior, and so that's why she's here. That's why she's there. And in last issue, she made friends with the other warrior dude, and then the warrior dude disappeared, and she was brought to talk to basically like the tree of life that she finds out from like a little squirrel creature that the tree of life is dying, and she has to do something about it because the Valkyries are vanishing and they're not bringing everyone back after the daily battle, and so people are lost in limbo. So in this issue, she has to do something about it. And so basically she's actually trying to go to people that she thinks should care about this. And when that doesn't work out, which obviously if it did work out, it'd be a very short issue, she has to figure out what to do in this circumstance. Takes her on a little bit of an adventure, and she misses the daily battle, but I don't want to give away anything else because there is a twist at the end, and the twist at the end, you gotta kind of like, I actually had to kind of read it a couple times to get to fully grasp what was happening in Diana's story. So yeah, that's basically what's going on there. Spoiler free. Check it out to get an idea of where Diana's tale is going from here, where Wonder Woman is going from here, and hopefully, fingers crossed, she remembers that she's fucking Wonder Woman soon. That'd be great. Yeah, but you know, it's also pretty. I mean, I wasn't disliking this book, this comic, but it's I'm just kind of bummed that she doesn't remember who she is. So, you know, that's I mean, obviously, stay tuned. Stay tuned to the space, and we'll see what happens here. The next comic I'm going to talk to you about is Batman the Detective. Now, this is another one of those short mini-series books. It's going to be 6 issues. See, basically what we've got here is it's kind of inside the universe, but not completely. Okay, so Batman still has Wayne Manor, okay, and he is kind of a little bit disillusioned with everything, and he hears about an incident that has happened with some of his superhero friends in London, which would explain why we're seeing Clock Tower in Big Ben there. So Batman goes to London, and it's very nice. It's a good story, and he encounters his superhero friends there and some new villains. So that's good, and he encounters other villains. Really cool moment involving some spooky stuff. So I did enjoy this. It's not my favorite book of the week at all, but I did very much enjoy it. So check it out. I'll probably be getting the rest of the issues for that 6 issue set. So that was really interesting. I did like it. Sorry guys, I had to take a break to drink because my apartment gets really dry when I get to talking, and I hate coughing on screen. I sometimes do it, and I hate it, so I try to avoid it. But anyways, the next issue that I'm going to be speaking with you about is, of course, Superman number 30. The Shadow Breed Strikes. And also has some Tales of Metropolis that was really cute. Jimmy Olsen's in it, and I'm not really going to talk about that one. So I really had like an interesting kind of vibe with this one. So basically what's going on is okay, so the interesting vibe that I had with this one, it reminded me of a story in Doctor Who, where if you're quite familiar with Doctor Who, you probably, especially the new Who, the stuff for the reboot, you know about the Neil Gaiman penned episode, The Doctor's Wife. So what happens is the Doctor gets this box that's like a message from another Time Lord, come meet me here, kind of thing. So the Doctor gets it, and the Doctor decides he's going to run off and find out what's going on, because it's kind of odd, because another Time Lord is contacting him, which he thought at the time all the Time Lords were gone. So, I got that vibe from Superman 30. Basically, Superman gets this message from an old acquaintance, old friend of his, come and help, kind of thing. So he decides that it is a good learning lesson for Jonathan Kent, for his son. So he takes his son with him to go check this out. It's another planet and everything. So they encounter this situation where they're trying to figure out what happened to his friend, and he finds out some information involving that. And they are basically trying to figure out what went wrong, because he gets there and not everything is as it seems. So Superman has to, with his son, try to figure all that out. And and action ensues and fun ensues, and it's a really good comic. It was not my favorite of the week, but it was pretty good. I'm getting a pretty good track record involving the Superman comics lately, with the Action Comics and the Superman comics. So they're actually not really all that bad at all. So I was worried that it was going to be a little bit cheesy for me because I knew that back in the day with all the weird Lois Lane stuff and everything like that, that was kind of cheesy. But it's really not anymore. It's actually like really good. So I'm excited to read on with this and see what happens. So that's Superman 30, and I recommend it. Now, okay, so anybody that's been following me or anyone that watches these videos or anyone that follows me on Facebook knows that I've been primarily, strictly DC. But I watched a video, and I'll be damned if they didn't convince me on a Marvel book. So I went ahead and I picked up, they have these, okay, so like with DC, you have these tales that are, they're called the Elseworlds, excuse me, tales where it's kind of like, what would it be like if, kind of thing. But then we also have, with Marvel, you have the what if tales. So this one is called Spider-Man, Spider's Shadow. I picked out the variant cover because I thought that was the cooler one. Personally, that was just my own personal preference. So this is going to be another one of those, like mini-series sets, and it's going to be 4 issues. And basically, the easiest way to explain it, and I will be keeping up with this because I got sold on it, and I read it, and I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. And it's a way that I can read Spider-Man because I do like Spider-Man without having to dive too deeply into it or try to figure out where I'm going to start. Because I can just do it, and for 4 episodes, or 4 issues more like, and be good. So basically, to explain the premise, spoiler free, really is just like this. So here's the deal. If you know anything about Spider-Man, you know that at one point he has a symbiote like attached to one of his costumes, and he uses the costume, and the symbiote is attaching itself to him, and he goes to Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four for help, and because he doesn't understand what's happening, and he's like losing sleep, and weird stuff is happening, and everything like that. So he goes to Reed Richards to be told what's going on, and Reed Richards is running tests on him and the costume and that kind of thing. And it's Reed Richards that finds out, here's the deal, this is a symbiote, and if you don't reject this, it's bonding with you, and it could bond with you permanently. So we know that in the story, originally, Peter Parker then rejects the symbiote, and then the symbiote ends up attaching itself to Eddie Brock, and that's how that goes. Well, the what if story is basically what would happen if Peter Parker finds out that about the symbiote, and decides that all the good that he could do and all the good that the symbiote is bringing him outweighs the negative. And when he finds out what's going on, and Reed Richards tells him, what happens if he decides, I'm not going to get rid of it, I'm going to keep it. So that's the premise of this entire story. Like I said, it's 4 issues. I'm going to keep up with it because it's just one, and not that big of a deal. So the next 2 issues are my 2 favorites of the week. And oh my goodness, I'm going to be real with you here. I'm really enjoying the stories within Urban Legends. This is Batman Urban Legends #2. And here is the back cover of this one. This is kind of a bigger series, like the bigger book. It is going to run you, like I said, it's the $7.99. I don't know if you can, there you go, you can kind of see it. But it is a thicker book. Like it has a little bit of a spine there, unlike other comics where they don't really have too much of a spine. You can kind of see it there. This one has a little bit of a spine, and so it's heavy, but it's not necessarily a trade. But this is the series Batman Urban Legends, where last month we had it, and it was stories. There was a Harley story, which I really enjoyed, and there was a Red Hood story. Well, okay, so in this book, this one we have the Red Hood and Batman story, which is part 2 of so it's continuing the last month's story for Red Hood. We have a new story here starring Oracle. We have the part 2 of 3 for the Outsiders. And we have the Grifter story continuing part 2 of 5. I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed the Batman Red Hood story. But for me, and I really enjoyed the Oracle story more than I thought I would. Just kind of on the first glance. To be completely honest with you, the art involving you have the typical art, comic book art involving Red Hood. It doesn't change much, but the thing is you have a little bit of a YA graphic novel edge to, not really edge, but like inspiration in the artwork for the Oracle story, which I thought was going to mess with me a little bit and turn me off a little bit, but actually it was a really, really good story. I really did enjoy it. And there are members that show up in that you may not have seen very much of from the Bat family, and I like it a lot because it does kind of show them too. The standout though in the Outsiders, it was, I read it, but it was not that great, and that seems to be the consensus that I'm seeing. The people I watch, it wasn't that great. I read it. I'll probably finish those stories, because if I'm getting Urban Legends, I might as well read it. So the problem that we're running into with that one is that it just, for some reason, it just seems really kind of slow starting. You're not really kind of like, okay, can we get to the point here? What is this? What is the official conflict here? And it's not really getting to it. And that's the problem. Now, the standout here in this this set of Urban Legends is the Grifter story. Oh my goodness, I am really enjoying the Grifter story. I do not want to give too much away, and the thing is you can't really talk about it too much without giving anything away. But Grifter has started working for Lucius Fox, and this is what is happening in relation to him working for Lucius Fox. He just started doing this job, but he's not exactly completely on the straight and narrow, because he's him, and he does have an interesting way of doing things, and actually a kind of comedic way of doing things, which I did end up like laughing out loud a few times while reading that tale. So it was actually like really good, and I do recommend. I recommend the Batman Urban Legends too. in particular, like I said, for 3 out of the 4 stories in it. I like those odds. You should pick it up if you like those odds too. If you like Oracle, Barbara Gordon, if you like the Bat Family, if you like Red Hood, which I am growing to really like Red Hood. And if you really like The Grifter, because that's some good stuff. That's some good storytelling there. So I gotta tell you guys, the comic of the week for me, this one has been a standout hit the first time it came out, and this month also. We have got Joker #2. Wow. Holy shit, guys. If you're not reading Joker, the Joker series, because you think it's going to be something about solely about the Joker and blah blah blah, and I gotta tell you, you're missing out. You're missing out. Believe me, when I first got the first issue, I assumed that it was going to be one of these, mostly about the Joker. It's going to be the Joker doing Joker things. Now, there's the Joker's in it. Okay, so you're not, that's not completely illogical thinking here, because it is called the Joker. The thing is he is not the star of this comic book, and that's what really grabbed me in the first issue, when you figure out that it's Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon is the star here, and Jim Gordon is retired, and he has been offered this task to hunt down the Joker and kill him. So this is the continuation of that story, and basically where you are in the beginning of the story is Jim Gordon is kind of weighing whether he's officially wanting to get in on this or not. There's going to be a really hefty payday involved for this for him, and he is basically trying to get the help of friends and family, and by that I mean he actually talks to Batman about the situation and gets pointers from him, and also Oracle, which is also his daughter, though that's a really interesting scene and how that plays out. Basically kind of when I talked about it on our my Facebook feed over the last few days is when right after I read it, it was basically like I am here for this, because battle torn, retired Jim Gordon is about 2 shakes away from giving his last fuck, and I'm totally here for it. So I'm totally here for that. And I'm definitely going to be continuing with this title, because it's been like one of my favorites since I first read it. Yes, like I said, there is some Joker stuff, like very little direct Joker action in this title again, because like I said, the star of this book is Jim Gordon. If you like Jim Gordon, if you like detective work, you're gonna like this. So yeah, we're gonna, this is like one of the better ones, really, because he like I said, he's about 2 shakes away from giving his last fuck about everything, and he's determined. So it's really, I like where this is going. There's a lot of like good humor in it too. It's not all serious. There's some humorous parts in it. And the humorous parts aren't even with the Joker. The humorous parts are coming directly from Jim Gordon himself. So yes, check that out. It's like I said, it's the read of the week. Um, the Joker, starring one retired Jim Gordon. Um, oh gosh, it's so good. It's so good, guys. It's so good. If you're not reading the Joker, I don't even know what to tell you. I don't. You need to go out there, find number one, and then get number two, and check this out because it's phenomenal, and I did not expect much from it when I first got it. So I didn't have a lot of information to go on, but I got it because I'm getting into this again, and I was like, I gotta pick up this number one, see what it's all about, see what's going on here, and I'm so glad I did because then I picked up number two because I loved it. And like I said, Jim Gordon is 2 shakes away from giving his last fuck. I'm totally fucking here for that. I'm totally here for that. I love it. If I seem like I'm gushing about the fucking Joker number two and by extension Joker number one, yeah, I am. I fucking am because it's just it's great writing. It's wonderful. Check it out. So yeah, those are the comics for last week that I got this previous week. And so like I said, get out there and get the Joker. If you like Peter Parker stories, then definitely that What If Peter Parker story is going to be one that, it's just 4 parts, not bad. Spider shower, excuse me, shower, spider shower. That would be creepy. Spider-Man, Spider Shadow. Check that out. But really, like, above all else, this is the one. Joker 2. I'm excited. We've got gosh, we have some comics coming out this next week on 420. 420, we've got Catwoman 30, we got Justice League 60. So we got those coming out and that's next week. Then we've got like a really heavy DC comic book day at the end of the month. On 427, we've got Robin 1 coming out, which is going to be following the Damian Wayne story that we kind of started in a couple of the Batman issues where they were like the little like trailer tales. And then we have Batman Superman 17, Detective Comics 1035, Harley Quinn 2, Teen Titans Academy 2, and Action Comics 1030. I had to look at my list to be sure on those numbers. That's coming out on 427. That's the DC Comics. Like I said, I'm not really following too many of the Marvel comics, so I don't know really what's coming out because like I said, I picked up that Spider-Man Spider Shadow on a whim because I saw someone talking about it on one of their videos. Actually, and I enjoyed it, so that's good. So maybe that will be something that I can do. I can kind of inch my way into Marvel or not. I don't know. Maybe. Another thing that's coming out pretty close to now is there's a new graphic novel coming out, Suicide Squad. Bad Blood is coming out on 4/21, so that would be Wednesday. Don't know a lot about any other things coming out graphic novel wise. I just know that that's one that interests me. But I have got a lot of graphic novels to read, and I'll be getting into those, swiftly, more than I have been lately. God, it's just going to be a lot of graphic novel reading, and I love it. I'm having fun. And I hope you're having fun too watching these. So, please do all the things. If you like these videos, please subscribe and like and comment if you read any of these books, these issues over the last week. Tell me what you think. Was Joker #2 your favorite of the week? Because it sure as fuck was mine. And maybe you're enjoying The Outsider's Tale, and maybe you want to give me some kind of insight as to, you know, kind of lead me along to maybe get me a little bit more excited about it. I would really appreciate that. Definitely. So like, subscribe, be sure to check out the Facebook page if you haven't already. And please take care of each other, take care of yourselves, get a vaccination plan, and read some comics and geek out. And have fun doing it. Bye!